Belleville, Michigan.
Hi, it's Natasha from Florida.
Hi, this is Sharika from Atlanta, Georgia.
Ayana Williams, North Plainfield, New Jersey.
Ife, Bronx, New York.
Marcina calling from Baltimore, Maryland.
Lakeisha calling from Chesapeake, Virginia.
Hey, this is Troy and Alyssa calling from Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
Hi, this is Zuri and Francisca calling from Bogota, New Jersey.
Hi, this is Akina calling from Odenton, Maryland.
Okay. Michael J. Cox from New York, New York.
Donald Cox from upstate New York.
Tina Beckles from New Windsor, New York.
Hi, Betty White from Atlanta, Georgia.
Derek Barber calling from Baltimore, Maryland.
Tasheen Jackson from Connecticut.
Cynthia Neal from Nuevo, California.
Carletta Stokes from Awanga, California.
Charlotte from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Leah from Patterson, Texas.
Wilhelmina from Washington, D.C.
Hi, this is Patrice from Washington, D.C.
Carla, Teaneck, New Jersey.
Sharice Massat from Bronx, New York.
Sunny from Chicago.
So thank you for all of those who wasn't able to introduce and announce yourselves. We welcome you all. And Beverly, are you ready?
I am, and y'all, I am so excited right now. So thank you, my Hicks sisters. I am so loving doing life with you all. I'm loving being on this journey with y'all, inspiring healthy living around the world, especially with our amazing Tower Gardens. I am Beverly Grandison. I actually live in Chesapeake, right by Virginia Beach in Virginia, but I'm actually today in Tampa, Florida. I am in Tampa, Florida, and I told Adrian and Sharon, I said, we've got to share, and actually they told me I've got to share this amazing initiative that we're doing with the Tower Gardens. So I just want to tell you guys that Sharon and Adrian, the Hicks sisters, who every week commit, and every other week commit to the kids' Tower Garden. And if you don't know anything about that, get with the person who invited you. Every other Friday, kids are showcasing their Tower Gardens. But the Tower Garden is aeroponic system. You saw that amazing, amazing video that I love that they put together, and they've just snapped from every place around the country. Different people having amazing experiences with the Tower Garden. So this call, what I want you to understand, if you're here for the Tower Garden, you're gonna hear about the Tower Garden. That I can promise you. But you're gonna also hear about this amazing company, the Juice Plus company, that has enabled all of us to be connected around the world in almost 30 countries. We're opening up Mexico right now as we speak, okay? But you're also gonna hear about Juice Plus stories. So I'm not gonna go into detail. My husband is actually on a plane headed down here right now. So you won't be able to see Johnny today, but he jumped on. Okay, so he's probably on the plane, jumped on, but nonetheless.
I am.
So there we go, Johnny is there. So he's on the plane, waiting to take off. I know, right? So what I want to tell you all, though, is the Tower Garden is an amazing experience that so many people are experiencing. And the beautiful thing of where I am right now at New St. Paul AME Church in Tampa, Florida, Pastor R.J. Stevenson is an amazing visionary. And I'm going to have him tell his story a little bit abbreviated because I know we have other callers that are going to really showcase some stuff. And he's going to tell you, I won't steal his thunder, but you're going to understand. I'm just going to show you, because right behind me, as you can see, right, is what we call the Garden of Miracles. The Garden of Miracles, y'all. I'm about to turn this around so y'all can actually see what he's doing. His church actually had donations from their members, founding members, to get all of these towers put by their church, which is in a food desert. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Pastor Stevenson jump on here really quick. Okay, I'm going to have him jump on here. I'm putting them on the spot because they're behind the scenes making things happen for tomorrow's actual
Launch.
Yes,
Launch.
ribbon cutting. There you go.
Hey everybody.
Yes.
I'm like here and there.
Yeah, he sees you twice.
Yeah. So, my name is RJ Stevenson. I happen to be able to pastor here in in Tampa, Florida. And when I move into places to pastor, my first endeavor is to find out whatever it is that I can do to be a solution to the problems of the community. Because I found out when you become a problem solver for the community helps to find ways to help you do missions and ministry. So coming here, the problem that they had most here in this community was that they were a food desert. Young kids not able to eat unless they eat at school or summer camp. So I wanted to be a solution to that problem. So I wanted to start a community garden. I was racking my brain as to how we're going to do it because we are a small congregation and don't have a lot of surplus income per se. So one day I got a phone call saying, RJ, it was a Saturday morning, I was minding my own business. They said, RJ, I got something I want to share with you. It's actually my upline, Latasha. She's on here tonight. She said, RJ, we got this idea that we want to see what you think about it, because if we can sell it to you, we can sell it to anybody. So they started telling me about Juice Plus and these tower gardens. And I was like, you know what? That's the answer to my prayers. Because I had been trying to figure out a way to feed my community. So they told me about tower gardens, and honestly, I sat on it for a couple of weeks. And then on my birthday, I launched a campaign to get people to buy a tower for my birthday. I didn't want no gifts. I didn't want no presents. I wanted 12 people to be willing to donate $50 to my church for 12 months so we could develop this garden. Most of them had never heard of a tower garden. Most of them thought that a community garden project was far-fetched, but people started responding to it. And honestly, it wasn't even my church members. By and large, the majority of individuals who bought into this idea and vision were individuals from the community who believed in me enough to try. And so tomorrow, they're going to be able to come here and see this vision come to pass. Overnight, well, actually all week long, we've been out here mulching the ground. We built these decks for the towers to stay on so that they don't have to be directly on the ground. We pulled all on the fence. You'll see muscadine grips, and we had a whole bunch of other stuff that we pulled off. And then we built this fence starting yesterday. So we built this fence in the day. And so tomorrow we're gonna have a praise in the parking lot actually. And then at 2:00 we're gonna premiere and do the ribbon cutting for this community garden. That is going to be able to provide sustainable nutrition in our community for years to come. And it is for the community, by the community. We did not seek any grant funding. We wanted it to be something that we did ourselves. We didn't want to ask anyone else for any outside funding. So we did it all ourselves, and we give all glory and praise to God. Even at this moment, there are other churches and ministries who have heard about what I'm doing and are waiting to see the ribbon cutting tomorrow so they can participate in the same kind of project for wherever they are. There's one church in Alabama and another church in Detroit. And we're excited about duplicating this same system, the same program in other places across the country. And also, I'll tell you, as a Juice Plus member and a Tower Garden member, the residual and commission money that came in from the sales of the Tower Garden went towards building the fence, the mulch, the deck. So everything that we got out of residual income from the Tower Garden was reinvested back in a nonprofit organization to produce this community garden. And I'm excited about it.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, RJ.
Ma'am, thank you for coming down.
Yes, New Paul.
Good job.
New St. Paul AME Church tomorrow, 11 o'clock in Tampa, Florida. And then 2 o'clock is the ribbon cutting.
So what
That's standard time. So I'm really excited, guys. Adrian and Sharon, thank you guys for this opportunity for us to just showcase what we're trying to do around the world. And anybody can do this. Tomorrow, follow him, New St. Paul AME Church on Facebook. He's going to go live. You'll see it. And so, again, thank you all so much, Sharon, Adrian, Hicks sisters.
Beverly, just absolutely amazing. Just showing you what a blessing that all of this is and how affordable it is, and where there's a will, there's a way. And we are just so super excited. And I want to call, when we say all of this and fun with the kids, and this community is very kid friendly, because I got my granddaughter right here. She's learning how to do the Zoom and how to mute out people. I love that because if we don't, this is one venue where we can not only teach our kids the importance of healthy eating, we can teach them how to grow it, and we can teach them also how to grow this business. I couldn't do that with my kids on my job. And with that, speaking of that, with the kids, I would like to welcome Philip and Precious Cooper. Philip the third.
Hi, everybody. As mentioned, my name is Precious, and this is my son,
Philip Dean Cooper III, and I'm 8 years old.
We initially got interested in Tower Gardens because a friend of ours had one at her home. But that friend, our children actually attend the same school, so she invited me to go with her into the classroom to teach third graders how to grow. And at that point in time, I did not know that our kids' school had adopted the Tower Garden curriculum. So I was excited and curious. And so the more I would go back, the more I would learn. I would take Phil with me, and his excitement grew and grew and grew just like my own. And so he would help with a lot of the nutrients, adding water, and just, all the care for the tower. And he just got excited over it. So that ultimately was the reason why we decided to purchase our own. Phil, why do you think it is so very important for kids to get involved in growing, or why do you think it's easy?
I think kids should do the stuff on the tower because it doesn't involve weeding, watering, and it doesn't involve dirt. All you have to do is water it once a day, and it's that easy. And it's a great experience to just be able to grow stuff in your house or outside, and you don't have to do that much work in the dirt. And it makes it easier, and it makes a fun experience.
And so how often do we put water in our tower?
At least once a week.
Right. Mm-hmm. So he is involved in all the care, and so that makes it more exciting for him, and it helps me out. So are you ready to show everybody our tower?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is our tower, Sunshine. My sister named it Sunshine. Say hi, Paris. We've been growing the Tower Garden for almost a year now. And this is, my mom loves pitting mint. My mom loves pitting mint, lemon balm. Excuse me, Mama. And spinach is good for your muscles.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mom loves to put mint, lemon balm, lavender, and chamomile inside of her tea water shakes. And that's it. And when you're growing bell peppers, first comes the flowers.
What is this?
Cherry tomatoes. First comes the flowers. Then the fruit. See if I can find one. Now, bell peppers go in the same way of growing. First comes the flower, and then the fruit. So this is one bell pepper, and then, excuse me, the other one's right here. And the last stuff I want to show you is white scallion, basil, and red romaine, and right here is broccoli. And iceberg and oak leaf are two different kinds of lettuce. Now, something I forgot to tell you is euthanasia is great when your nose is stopped up. Or like a cold or something. Now, next to euthanasia is spinach. Spinach is good to just make your muscles strong. And happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, and happy growing.
Need I say more? Need I say more? And now I see why Philip has those muscles. So this is just, we love you guys so much. And with that, I want to see if Lori Weeks, are you ready?
Hey there, here I am, and I'm ready. Hey there, everybody. You guys, thank you so much for doing this call each week. Every single week, I'm just newly inspired to continue on this path of healthy living. It was 3 years ago that I was introduced to Juice Plus whole food concentrates, a super easy way for me to eat fruits and vegetables, get in over 30 fruits and vegetables.
Lori, you muted yourself out.
Okay, and then it was an easy way for me to just be so consistent with getting in the right nutrition that my body needed. It was shortly thereafter that I was experiencing wonderful health changes, as was my family. As a group, a family of 4, we had a number of prescriptions coming into the house, but by week 12 and by week 16, really, the number of prescriptions that my family was on was just reducing constantly, and that was the experience over the next 3 years. Today, I'm so excited to say that my husband and I are completely prescription free, and we have every intention of staying that way. And both of our daughters, who were on asthma and allergy medications, and the other was on Claritin and Zyrtec and Flonase and even some heavy over-the-counter prescriptions. One by one, they've gotten off of all of those, and we are down to 1 rescue inhaler and 1 emergency, like as needed, as anxiety medication. And so this has made such a huge difference in everybody's life here. What that did was that encouraged my husband and I to take this even further. We realized that by eliminating processed foods and sugars and a lot of junk that we had coming into our house, we really could even make better healthy changes. So 2 years ago, my husband and I took on the challenge of growing our own food. Really, part of it was just really hobby. But when we saw the changes that it too was making in our house, what we craved, how we cooked, how we shopped, and absolutely it was making a difference on how much we spent on groceries every single week, we were all in. And then we've taken it even further every single year since then. So thank you so much that I have an opportunity to show you what I'm doing here. My husband and I grow on a small patio, and so the length of the patio is not very long. This is our main tower. This grows all year, and I'm so excited that we get to grow all year here in Georgia. And what we have here, growing all year, kale, cauliflower, broccoli, Swiss chard, all of those do extremely well all year long. What we have here, these are Brussels sprouts. And I too am learning what food looks like when it grows. I didn't know that Brussels sprouts grew like that in between the joints. Here we have tomatoes. I've since learned that vine ripened gives you the most nutrition. So you guys, look at what we pick every single day. In fact, for dinner tonight, we had a roasted butternut squash grown on the patio garden and topped with tomatoes and some of the herbs. So we have Swiss chard, we have bell peppers, we have some of the bell peppers. You can see them growing here. We have a different variety of tomatoes on this side. And then we also have some that are gonna come into bloom a little bit later. We also have onions. And I am just absolutely thrilled with my collards. I love them, they're doing great. And celery. So you can see how I can start most of my meals and eat from this tower every single day. We've added this tower here, and you guys who I speak with each week, you see that I like to change the garden. So I have removed these two huge sunflowers, here they are, that grew in the garden, and I'm gonna teach myself how to take those seeds out and roast those seeds. Everything in the tower is edible. So this is my herb garden. We have basil, cilantro, oregano, thyme, stevia. I've now gotten away from sugars, and if I want a sweetener, I'm gonna grow the sweetener and add it. We have all these herbs. Here we have some squash, two different types of squash that I've harvested from the tower last week. And then on this tower, these are all of our melon. I have two types, vine, peach, mango, actually three, cantaloupe, and then a melon. So I'm gonna trace it over that I have it coming over the wall. That we have growing right over the wall there. And then I am a big fruit eater. And so this tower here is dedicated to all strawberries at the top. And we are harvesting strawberries every single day and cantaloupe. We have so many cantaloupe just growing all through here. We're really excited about what we've been able to do. For us, the tower garden just lets us grow and enjoy and experiment, and all of it has been, a complete success. I do know that we are greatly successful with tower gardening because of this wonderful community that we have right here on this line today. You guys, thank you so much for letting me share tonight.
Lori, that is just so amazing. And I just want to share that on my tower garden here, I've been eating bok choy, which is my favorite. And for the last 2 days, like anything that I make, I'm adding the bok choy. My bok choy is 3 months old. You tell me if you even want to open up your refrigerator, if you got bok choy in there that's been in there for 3 months, you want to throw the whole refrigerator out. And so, yeah, it's just absolutely amazing. And with that, Misty, are you on?
I am. Can y'all hear me and see me? It's kind of bright out here. Sorry. We still got lots of daylight over here. How's everybody doing? I just wanted to share with you my journey. It started about 2.5 years ago, and I was competing in bodybuilding and powerlifting. And my problem wasn't eating foods, it was eating the right foods. And so I was introduced by two lovely friends of mine. And I mean, that's where it kind of just it snowballed, I should say. I got on the product, tried it for about a week, and then called them up and I was like, okay, something's not right here because I'm craving vegetables and I do not like vegetables at all. Absolutely do not like them. And I was craving them. And then they gave me a shake that they made. Actually, they pulled some kale from the tower. And I was like, are you serious? After that, I was hooked. So, I mean, it's just been an amazing adventure. I'm going to turn this camera around and show you. Now, guys, I've actually got 10 towers. So I'm going to show you different towers this week and kind of show you what's going on here in my little farm. This tower is all bell pepper and jalapenos and different colors of bell pepper. So your reds, your yellows, your greens, and then of course, all your jalapenos. You got some more, I don't know if you can see that, candy cane peppers coming in. I just harvested several of them last week, actually. This tower right here is all okra and spinach. So if you like to do pickling or canning, perfect right here. And then these spaghetti squash came from another tower and I just harvested those actually this morning. So, and then this tower is strictly all squash and zucchini. And I just planted these about a week and a half ago and look how much they've already grown. And this one is what I call my seedling tower. And I just start the seedlings and get ready to, you know, put them in another tower. And we've got some watermelon that's actually going wild. It's growing really fast, but that's part of these towers. I mean, guys, this is so amazing and so fun and easy to do with your kids. I have a 6-year-old and I mean, what a great learning tool. She comes out here, she learns about different produce, you know, and how it grows. She sees it. We check the pH. Sorry, guys, I'm going to move so the sun's not blocking. We check the pH together. We learn how to add the water, and she enjoys it. And especially right now, while everybody's home, you're stuck with your kids. I mean, what a better way to teach your kids and to learn. And there's so much you can do with these tower gardens. Not only give it to the community, but I mean, it feeds your family. You know where your food comes from. There's no soil, no tilling, no dirt, no mess. I mean, it's easy to take care of. So you're not having to, you know, bend, you know, down on your knees for people who have knee issues. So it's just been so much fun. And me and my family, we love it. I mean, we're addicted, maybe say a little too much, but we love it. It has become a business for us because we actually sell at the farmer's market. So, I mean, we love it. So I appreciate all of y'all for looking at my towers.
Thank you so much, Misty. This is just so amazing. And now we would like to call Tina Beckles. Are you here?
Hello, how are you, everyone? This is Tina Beckles. This is my first time speaking. My name is Tina Beckles to start. My journey with Juice Plus in the Tower Garden started with Sharon Hicks, the Sunday vegan girl. And I've known Sharon for, I would say, pretty much all my life. She introduced it to my brother and I about 3 years ago. And at the time, I can honestly say I wasn't really interested. And then as time went on, and this year I am a retired law enforcement officer. So I retired from corrections and after doing 31 years, I couldn't pass the range test. I couldn't really see anymore to pass the shooting test. And so I was like, well, I'm gonna just end this. And so after about 3 months, I had looked at the Tower Garden Juice Plus, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna think about it, pray on it. And my brother, lo and behold, came to me and said, you wanna do the Tower Garden? I was like, yeah, I am. I was like, I'm really interested. And he was shocked because we have done so many things, and we were like the Viridian and all these other marketing things that didn't really amount to anything. But this has amounted to an amazing journey. It's been 3 months. I really love it. As you can see, I have my setup back here of the Juice Plus capsules, and I just got the protein bars, the nutritional bars, which are excellent. I just tried those. I just tried the shakes the past 2 weeks. My favorite is the chocolate. Those are really good as well, and those are also plant-based. The Juice Plus nutritional capsules have really done a great job in my system. They have really regulated me. They have given me this enormous amount of energy that I didn't even know I had, because for some ladies on here, you may be able to identify, I'm in my 50s, and so menopause had kicked in, and it was really doing a number on my energy, and I was really tired a lot. And so in the past 3 months, the Juice Plus has helped revive me. I have so much energy now. I wake up earlier. I can stay up late. And so I see it as a godsend. I thank God for it. And then the tower I have, I'll just show you. Mine's is still in the beginning stage. So it's really doing well. And I was telling Adrian that, oh, mines aren't really doing, but she said it's good so that you guys can see every stage of the tower. So can you see? Oops, wait a minute. Right here is the squash, which is growing really good. And then that is cantaloupe. And these right here are carrots. And then down at the bottom, this is watermelon that's growing really good. And right here, this little feather is asparagus, to name a few. And so
You muted yourself out, Tina.
it's really been an exciting journey, and it's been a fun journey, and I've learned a lot. I didn't really have a green thumb, but this has been so easy, and I'm really enjoying it, and I'm glad that Sharon introduced this to me, and I'm enjoying meeting everyone. And along with all of that, I get to earn some extra residual income, which is a great thing. And it's real simple, it's real easy. And when you love yourself, you want to live your best life, and you want to treat yourself in the best way. And so for me, I don't have any real medical issues, but this Juice Plus and the Tower Garden is a preventive measure. And so that is really important to me, that I live my best life and I eat the best I can. And so this just journey. Thank you, guys.
Tina, that is just absolutely amazing. And with that, I would like to call up Francisca and Rebecca, her daughter.
Hello everyone, good evening. My name is Francisca Becca from Bogota, New Jersey. Tonight, my daughter and I, we're gonna share my husband's life. You hear me? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna share my husband's life, how a good nutrition it could save his life. When I say yes to the great opportunity 6 years ago, 2 years after I say yes, my husband got sick because he got a good nutrition in his system, he could save his life. So my daughter, Suri Becca here, she gonna share with you what happened in that time. Okay, Suri.
Hi everyone, good evening. So my name is Zuri and I'm Francisca's daughter. So I'm just gonna try to make it as brief as possible and try to explain what happened to my dad. So my dad was 59 years old, working, or everyday life, doing just everyday things. And then one day, he went to work Friday, he wasn't feeling too good. But Sunday came along and all of a sudden he was just like, my mom and him they were gonna go shopping. And he said that he was driving and he felt like the road was just going up and down, up and down. It was just like the weirdest thing. He was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm really not feeling good. So long story short, they took him to the hospital, and they, when he went to the hospital, they said, it doesn't look like you really have anything, but we're going to leave you for observation, only because they noticed that his body, the way he wasn't like stable. So fine. That was on a Sunday. Monday came along and he was like beginning to slur his words, and we really couldn't understand him. So when Tuesday came along, Monday he was like, I got to just get back to work as much as he can speak. Tuesday came along, and it was to the point that he just could not, he couldn't walk, he couldn't talk, he couldn't see. And then nobody knew anything. Like the doctors couldn't give us an explanation as to what was going on. At one point they even said, maybe he's making this up. I was like, no, trust me, I know my dad, I know he's not making this up, So it was to the point that they were just not really treating him, not doing anything, and it was just giving him like Tylenol at the hospital. So I told the doctor, listen, if you guys can't figure it out, if you guys can't figure it out, we're going to I was going to carry him out with my brother and my cousins. We're just going to take him out of the hospital. So anyways, I was able to transfer him to another hospital. Even though they didn't know what was wrong with him, they did start treating him with, they started to treat him and like basically like cleaning out his blood and things like that. But he was just getting worse and worse every day. And I was like, when are we going to see some light? Like, what is going on? Nobody knew anything. So what they did was they started to clean his plasma. And then about 3 weeks later, so what we were doing is, because my dad was to the point that he wouldn't even be able to drink water because he was choking on water, but they were able to give him applesauce, and we were sneaking in the Juice Plus, because my dad's been taking Juice Plus from the very beginning since 6 years ago, and he got sick 4 years ago. So what we were doing is we were putting Juice Plus in the applesauce and sneaking it into him, because we knew that regardless, we needed to give him nutrition, right? So we were giving him the Juice Plus, sneaking it in. So one day, it was like 3 weeks after he was at the new hospital, the doctors called my mom, and they told my mom, we have a diagnosis. So my mom went to a corner and she's like, Zuri, they just called me, they have a diagnosis. And we were like, oh shoot, they found the Juice Plus in the blood. We were like, oh my God, you're gonna get arrested for interfering, So what happened was, they told my mom, my dad had something called Guillain-Barré syndrome and encephalitis. So Guillain-Barré, it happens to 1 in 100,000 people. It just comes out of nowhere. Nobody really knows how you get it. But it happened to him, 1 in 100,000 people. Like, what is the chances? And then it became even more rare because he also had the encephalitis, which is the brain infection. So it was like a tough time for all of us. But what happened was, a little after, after they started to treat him, he started to speak a little bit. But he honestly, like when everything was going down, his body was like this. He almost looked like a vegetable because he just could not communicate with us. Little by little, he did start speaking to us, and they told us he's going to have to go into a long-term care facility, and it's going to take him about anywhere from like 6 months to 2 years before he can even start walking again. Okay. And then my dad was like, that is not, like, he was just so determined. And I honestly feel like, first, thank God, God, I give him all the glory. And Juice Plus played a huge role with him, because what happened was 12 days after he was diagnosed, he actually walked home. He was on a walker, but he walked home. And I don't know, he's probably on the call somewhere, I'm not sure, but he's probably out there. You see him running, and he does videos, and he's all about it. And he actually went back to the hospital. Hi. He actually went back to the hospital, and he gave back, because they were like, you gotta talk to people, like, what happened to you? This was just like a miracle. I was like, the power of nutrition, sometimes we look at it and we're like, oh, this is just Juice Plus, or you can't underestimate this. And I said, we will forever share Juice Plus. We will forever take Juice Plus, because of what Juice Plus has done for our family. It's just incredible. And yes, my dad came home in a walker, but now he's like running and doing all kinds of stuff. But he came home in a walker 12 days after they told him it was going to take anywhere from 6 months to 2 years to start him.
Yeah, he's not supposed to walk. Yeah. He's not supposed to do anything. Just lay down in bed, maybe forever, or maybe
we didn't know. Yeah.
For the good nutrition that he got in his blood, you know, he bring his life back. You know, that's very important. And I believe he's on the call. I would like to see the man.
Look at he's right there. I see him. Vicente Becca.
The man that here is him.
Hi, guys.
Don't say that he's not going to be able to walk and to do anything, maybe forever or beginning 2 years after that thing happened. This is my husband.
We can't hear you, Deb. We can't
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, well, my daughter already shared my story. Nothing else to say. I'm right here in my backyard. In the meantime, with my granddaughter. Come here, Talia. This is Talia, my granddaughter. So, okay. This is our tower garden, and she's gonna explain you what we have here.
We have
We can't hear you, Talia.
Talia, unmute. Unmute
we
yourself.
have these sunflowers. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we got this sunflower a couple of days ago. It kind of grew. And we have some lettuce. We have cucumbers somewhere. I think this is clear.
Oh, look at that.
You moving really quick. Slow down.
Slow down, Talia.
Talia.
Slowly.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like cucumbers or squash.
Yeah.
I think it's squash.
Yeah.
That's eggplant, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the life that we live now, you know, and we sharing what we gain for the good nutrition, and we cannot be quiet for what we gain for them. Thank you, Adrian, Charlotte.
Thank you for inviting us.
To sharing this story.
Thank you.
All right,
you guys
thank you for sharing my story.
Yes, you guys are awesome. And then we have an amazing speaker that is going to close us out. And Lisa Michelle, are you here? Awesome.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Oh, Adrian, let me tell you, it is so fabulous to be just here, just hearing these stories, but thank you for allowing me to come and to share mine as well. You know, I get so excited about seeing you guys each week because you know what, and I might be dating myself, I used to watch soap operas, but you know what, they became boring because you knew what was going to happen like each week, each week after week. But girl, let me tell you, with your tower, your tower show, girl, you never know because Lori shows up with this harvest, a different harvest, you know, every week, and then those flowers that she has at the top, and then Beverly with her that celery that looks like bamboo, and then Bubba, you know, that she's got, and then every week to see what Precious and Philip got going on there and what she's putting in, it's just fabulous. I'm just so thankful to be here. And you know what, y'all, when I love the Tower Gardens, and although mine is not up and operating now, I will be getting it back in the future. But you know, when I was first introduced to this healthy living journey, y'all, I was a hot mess. So I had nagging arthritis, and in my family, my grandparents had nicknamed arthritis Uncle Arthur. And they would talk about how Uncle Arthur was here all last week. And I think, Uncle Arthur? Who's Uncle Arthur? Well, y'all, I soon found out because Uncle Arthur one day knocked on my door. Uncle Arthur showed up in my house. Uncle Arthur came up in my body, and I was given a pharmaceutical drug that was supposed to kick Uncle Arthur out, but instead it wreaked havoc on my intestines. Now, y'all, I needed, for Uncle Arthur, regular injections in my hip and my spine just to be mobile. They were large. They were unpleasant. They were painful. And then, although they provided relief, it was only temporary because I had to turn around 3 months later and go get those injections again. So my stomach was riddled with disease. I had ulcers, irritable bowel, diverticulitis. I had the fire of acid reflux rolling like a river up and down on my insides. Most things that I ate hurt my stomach, and it was trial and error, y'all, with food. I was a hot mess. I felt so defeated because you know what? I was only in my 40s. I was a young mom. I had a husband at the time and 3 beautiful little girls to raise. But my food choices had me in and out of the hospital. It was very expensive. I was taking a handful of medicines, and guess what they did? They all gave me side effects. They were supposed to be helping in one area, and they were hurting in another. And I had a friend my homeschool friend, who would see me in the carpool line as I was picking up the kids, and she'd say, "Oh, just try these fruits and vegetables. Just try this plant powders." And so within months of swallowing Juice Plus, I was drinking more water. I learned to read labels, and I eliminated the toxins that were in food. I didn't swallow anything that I couldn't read or pronounce. And I eliminated the foods that were not serving me well. Even though I loved them, if they weren't loving my body back, I stopped eating them. And within months, I started to feel better, much better. And today, y'all, 10 years later, I am in a much brighter place. I learned the difference between sick care and health care. I learned that with each bite that I take, I'm either feeding disease or fighting disease. And guess what? I choose to fight disease every day with nutrition. You know, I am thankful for my health. I am thankful for my health freedom. And I am thankful for the quality of life that I now have in my 60s that was unattainable for me in my 40s. And I have gone from a hot mess to an aging well specialist. And I am so thankful. I believe that fruits and vegetables were God's idea. And I'm thankful for this company who has found a way to put all of that goodness in a little capsule or a little chewable. And you know what I call it? I call it my easy button, because I will take it for the rest of my life. And I am so thankful for that. And let me tell you, you may be here today and you may think, well, I don't have those issues. I don't have those health challenges. And you know what I say? Good. I am glad that you don't. And you know what? I hope you never will. But I would invite you to consider yourself positioning yourself with prevention so that you would have the best possible outcome if and when a health challenge ever comes your way. This company offers easy solutions. We've got that tower where you can grow your own food. We've got those shakes, which you can make I love them. I have a shake every morning, and I put the greens in there and the vegetables and the fruit. We've got those bars that some of your guests have already mentioned. And of course, the omegas, which are powerful, full spectrum of omega-3, 5, 6, 7, and 9 that you can get nowhere else with no fish at all. And then our fruit, vegetables, and berries. So Adrienne and Sharon, I just thank you for the opportunity that you gave me to be here with you. God bless you. I want to say happy Father's Day to all you fabulous fathers out there. And thank you for allowing me to share.
Such a wonderful closeout. This was just so beautiful, and we will be here again next Saturday and next Friday. We have the kids call, the kids Tower Garden call. It is for kids, hosted by kids. And so we want you to show up with your kids, and your kids can start to envision themselves eating and pulling off the tree. And thank you so much. And with that, we want you to unmute yourselves, and we'll take 3 questions from a guest.
How can I get the recording of this?
Hold on a second. Can you say your name and who invited you on the call, and then ask your question.
This is, oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, this is Marcina. And I was invited by someone from my group in Juice Plus, and I'm trying to find out how I can get a recording of this.
I'll make sure the person that invited you will make sure that you get this call.
Okay, thank you.
Any other guests that have a question?
I don't have a question, but
where are you? What can you introduce yourself and who invited you on the call?
okay. It's me, Tarsheen, and Sharice Misak invited me, and I got my tower on Friday. I bugged my husband. I put it up. I'm excited if you can see it. What? That's right. I was up to 2 o'clock bugging him because I'm corona crazy. And my stuff is up and I'm growing. I'm gonna be growing. I put my little things in my sponge and I'm ready. I'm waiting. Oh, here's my question. When my lights coming? I'm waiting on my lights.
Well, your lights will be here soon. We got them all back in and they're shipping them out. And congratulations on your tower garden. Nobody's gonna be touching people. We want people to touch as less food as possible. And we're so glad to welcome you, Tarsheen, to our customer tower garden family.
Thank you.
One more question.
I will try to bring it into my classroom too. I do teach the 5th grade, so that's something I'm gonna look into.
That is so awesome. And with that, everyone, get with the person that invited you, and you will get a copy of the recording. You'll know where the Facebook page is. And with that, we'd like everybody to say goodnight to everyone. And again, to the fathers, happy Father's Day. See you next Saturday, and bring your guests.
Good night.
Happy
Father's Day.
Thank you to all our guest speakers.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Happy
Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to all you fathers. So many people come. I love you.
Happy Father's Day, Kings. Thank you, all the queens, for your support.
Thank you.
Amen.
Let's go to our garden community and get as much food in as many communities as possible. Make your commitment to yourself and to your family. Have somebody else on this call next Saturday. We can do
Men will be doing it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Great job, Adrian.
Good night.
Good night. Great job.
Good night, everyone.
Amazing call.
Great job.
Philip and Talia, you were amazing.
Amazing testimony.
Amazing Zoom tonight.
Yes.
Thank you, Tammy.
Keep the good work up. You're super.
Awesome. This is what
Good
we're
night.
gonna do. Good night, Cherise.